Welcome to this introduction to the Tidyverse. My name is Jacob Lyman, and I'm a data professional currently working at Pluralsight as an MLOps engineer. I'm excited to teach you about this helpful package that will get you programming with R in no time. The R programming language is an amazing tool and is currently listed on the Pluralsight Technology Index as the #1 tool for data professionals. However, learning a new skill can be rather daunting and hard for beginners. Sometimes it's not clear where to begin, especially when trying to learn a new skill like R. For example, let's say you wanted to learn how to rock climb. As a beginner, you might wonder how to get started and what you might need. So you might try to teach yourself, or you could ask an experienced guide that could quickly tell you some of the things you might need, which might be a harness, rope, and maybe a few different kinds of carabiners. Having that advice could help you learn how to rock climb much faster than doing it by yourself. That example is actually really similar to learning how to program in R. It sure would be nice to have a guide to tell you what tools you might need when starting out. And that's where the Tidyverse package comes in. As R users, we use things called packages to more easily write code, transform data, create graphics, and do all sorts of things. But there's a problem with this. Over the past 2 decades, the R programming language has seen an exponential growth in packages, from hundreds to now thousands. For new programmers, this can be really overwhelming, and you might be wondering, how am I supposed to know all of these packages? Well, thanks to the Tidyverse, you don't. The Tidyverse is a modern approach to R that narrows the number of packages you need to know to just 8 powerful and cohesive packages. If you are new to R, there is no better place to start learning than the Tidyverse, which can now serve as an expert guide to help get you started. In this course, we will cover what is the Tidyverse, what the Tidyverse can do for you, along with a demonstration of 3 of the most important members of the Tidyverse family, Readr, Dplyr, and ggplot2. So first off, let's be clear. The Tidyverse is an opinionated collection of R packages designed for data science and analytics. It is a dialect of the R language that is loved by many for its cohesive design philosophy, grammar, and data structures. At a high level, the Tidyverse is an R meta package, which means a collection of packages. Presently, that collection comprises 8 distinct packages, each designed to solve specific problems and to work seamlessly with one another. In the coming steps, we are going to talk about just 3 of these 8 packages. The first is Readr. Judging by the title, you can guess that this package is for reading data and files into your R environment. Readr makes this step very easy and can accommodate a variety of file formats. It is also used to write and export your data to the file formats of your choice. The second package is Dplyr. Like the logo shows, Dplyr works like a set of pliers, but for your data. You can use it to manipulate and shape your data just like a set of pliers can be used to manipulate and shape physical objects. Dplyr is also used to interconnect code and logic between the Tidyverse packages using the pipe operator, which we'll see later in our demo. The third is ggplot2. We use ggplot2 for building graphics and visualizations. This is done through an intuitive grammar of graphics that enables us to concisely describe the components of a visualization. It is one of the famed packages within the R ecosystem that users dearly miss when they have to use another language like Python, for example. Knowing just these 3 packages will unlock a lot of superpowers for you and your data analysis in R. In the following demo, you will learn how to install and open the Tidyverse package, how to import data into your analysis using Readr, how to manipulate data using Dplyr, and how to use ggplot2 to create graphs of your data. For our demo, we're going to work with data that is freely accessible at trends.google.com. Let's say you would like to learn more about how popular a hobby of yours is trending on Google search. For example, let's look up rock climbing. This will return the search volume for the last 12 months of data available for the term rock climbing. You can search for any other word or phrase that you're interested in, but for our demo, I want to look at Pluralsight's search volume over time. Once that pulls up, I can then change the time to go back all the way to 2004, and afterwards download the data to use in my own analysis in R using the download button here. Let's open an R notebook in RStudio. If you haven't used an R notebook before, it is simply an R script consisting of text and interactive code chunks for you to more easily develop in. Opening a new notebook will give you some basic instructions along with some example code to work with the cars dataset, which we can go ahead and delete here. After that, let's add some fresh code chunks for us to get started with. We'll add maybe like 5 to start out with and see how that gets us going. First, to install the Tidyverse package, you'll use the install.packages function and specify the word Tidyverse. Because I've already installed this on my computer, I won't execute this command myself, but after you have the package installed, you can open it using R's library function. This will load all the packages of the Tidyverse and their code into your R environment. However, if you want to load specific Tidyverse packages, you can do the same step for each package individually. For our use case, let's open Readr, Dplyr, and ggplot2. Now that that is loaded, let's read in the data we downloaded from trends.google.com into RStudio using the Readr package. I can use the package's readCSV function to read the data that I have saved to a CSV file in my computer's downloads folder called Pluralsight searches.csv. After reading the file, you'll be able to see in the top right of RStudio that we have a new data frame saved under the name Pluralsight. We can use Dplyr and ggplot to create a graph of these data points. Like we learned earlier, Dplyr is a way to manipulate and work with data. One of the ways it does this is through the pipe operator, which allows you to add layers of logical operations upon existing data frames in your R environment. We will simply use this pipe operator to tack on the ggplot function to our existing data frame, allowing us to pass our data points through to the function for graphing. From there, we can add additional layers for our visuals. For example, let's create a line chart like the one we saw earlier with the ggplot2's geomeLine function, where we can specify the X and Y axes of month and searches. And there you have it. That's the graph that we saw earlier on Google, but recreated in R and our own analysis. ggplot2 offers a lot of options for customization here on out. For example, we can tack on a theme to change the colors and format used in our graph. I personally like the black and white theme for my graphs because it makes things really crisp and clear. We can also add some nice to haves, like a different color to our line chart, like blue, or we could even add a title to our graph. For example, let's say we put in Pluralsight search volume or something like that. Really, the options are endless with the Tidyverse. It is an effective and flexible tool for data analysis. Thank you so much for joining me on this introduction to the Tidyverse. What you saw today is just the very tip of the iceberg. There's so much more to learn, but you now know what the Tidyverse is, have a working understanding of the Tidyverse packages included, and can start using Readr, Dplyr, and ggplot2 to enhance your data analysis.